What is up, my Batrican family? How y'all doing? Welcome to my channel, the Batrican channel. And today, I'm gonna give you a little treat. Look where we're at. The Spiderman Exhibit. This is the Museum of Science and Industry. And of course, I'm joined with my beautiful, gorgeous wife. Let's go check it out. Let's have some fun. And I hope I don't get bitten by radioactive spiders. All right, let's go. Alright, we're inside, and right now my wife is getting tickets. She works for BMO, so she gets free tickets for BMO, so that's why we're here. And look at that, there's a cool train right over there. Maybe we'll check that out if we can. There's all sorts of great stuff, you know, especially they have the Spiderman Exhibit, so I want to check that out too. But I also want to look around here and see what else we could see, find, you know, what other cool stuff they have here. I mean, you got a lot of people in line getting tickets and stuff. You got a museum store over there. Yeah, my wife is in line right now. So, we'll check it out and have some fun with this. All right, we're inside now, and before we go check out the Spiderman exhibit, excuse me, check out the stagecoach here. Look at that. That was back in the day, huh? They're over here waving or looking. Yeah. I like the painting on the wall. That's pretty cool. This is what if you want to read what is the coach, what's the difference of the coaches, east and west. That's cool. I guess this one is the east, and that one over there is the west. Those are really nice coach. I like that. Really preserved. Man, I wouldn't mind taking a ride in one of those. Oh, look at that. That's kind of cool. That is called a corn stoja. I guess it's equally like a truck. Of course, that's what that is. If you want to read it, pause it. Way cool stuff, man. Hey, there's stairs over here.
You wanna go?
Yeah, let's go check that one out. We're gonna go up these stairs. Of course, when you have kids around, you hear a lot of noise. The blue paradox? What is that? Like, is that the water? Huh. That's way cool. Look at that. It's your favorite color?
And my favorite.
It's all about the ocean here. That's nice. You think?
I love
you
the
were a
ocean
mermaid?
so much. Yeah, I think so. I love the ocean.
Oh, look at that. That's garbage.
Yeah.
If you ever go to the water, to the ocean, please be nice. Don't throw garbage in it. this is what happens when you do throw garbage. And this happens all the time. That's how much they took out the ocean. Wow, look at that side. All that plastic bottles. You got rubbish. Crazy, man. You shouldn't pollute the water, you know, throw plastic. Because sometimes, you know, innocent fish, turtles get all caught up with this stuff. And we've seen it time and time again. Way cool though. What's down here? This is supposed to be like the sea. That's kind of cool though. Look at that.
Yeah.
That is so cool. Look at that. You want to take a dive? Wow, that looks real, man. That looks real. Wow, look at that. Way cool.
How many in the party?
Is this? Oh, we need
So
tickets.
it's a free exhibit. You just ask how many in the party, right?
Oh.
Two? Okay, I'm gonna group you guys in with our next group. And then nobody asks for the drinks with them. In the next room is proudly made out of mirrors and glass. So for safety reasons, we just ask no running, no jumping, no leaning on the glass, no leaning on the back side of the glass.
Okay.
Photography is more than welcome. We just ask no flash photography.
Okay.
Then you guys can head on in. Just wait for the timer to hit 0.
Okay,
Awesome, thank you.
Oh wow.
Look at that. It's like we're in the ocean. Now I feel like a mermaid. That's cool. Oh, they got a little theater in there too.
Oh, so we gotta wait until it's
Okay. I like the way they do all that. That's really nice. We're going in now? Look at the turtles. So this is just gonna show you what?
I have no idea. I've never been here. Oh, but look.
Oh wow. Oh, she said there was a lot of mirrors in here too, right?
My goodness. Look at this.
Wow. Look at the floor. Hey, cool. Oh wow. This is beautiful. That looks so awesome. What happened? We're in the dark now. Oh, we're in the deep.
One drop of water may seem insignificant, but billions of years ago, the earth cooled and steam condensed to rain. Those little droplets became our mighty oceans.
She's fine. It's just me.
It's what we're drawn to, and where we come from. All life, human or otherwise, is connected to the ocean. Without it, no living creature can exist. The ocean covers 70% of the Earth's surface and contains 99% of the living space on the planet. Yet only a tiny fraction has been explored by humans. It's home to nearly all living things, from the smallest microorganisms to the magnificent blue whale.
Oh, that's a whale?
Nearly 3/4 of our biggest cities are by the sea, with almost half the world's population living within 60 miles of the coastline. It influences our weather,
To the floor.
produces the air we breathe,
That is so cool.
and stores 50 times more carbon than our atmosphere. Our rain, drinking water, and much of our food is ultimately provided by the ocean. It is the life force behind every living thing in the ecosystem on the planet.
Wow, look at that.
The ocean gives us life in every beautiful, surprising, fascinating, and spellbinding way
Lord,
imaginable.
wow.
But much as we depend on the oceans to survive, future generations depend on us. The plastic pollution problem has become a global crisis, and disruptive change is needed.
I like the floor though. It's digital.
What difference can a drop in the ocean make? Everything. Welcome to the Blue Paradox.
Wow. So we're in another section of the museum. I mean, I'm pretty sure that's a mirror down that way. What is that?
Why we should use paper bags instead of plastic bags. Because paper breaks down.
Well, that's not cool information. Well, that scared me a little bit. That did. Wow, this is so cool. Yeah, I thought that was a mirror. Oh wow, look at this. The tipping point. Go ahead. Way cool. Only 9% of the packaging product by the beauty industry gets recycled. Wow. Oh, this stuff. This side too. Wow, look at the top. Plastic problem real time. That's real time.
Recycle people.
Hey, what you think about that? That's so cool. I like that. But I want to know, do any of you remember this? This machine here. This is one of the machines. When I was a kid, you put a quarter in, and you get a penny. I think you put a 26 cents or something like that, and you get a penny rolled out to look like something. And now it's not a quarter anymore. It's actually $5 for a penny. That's crazy. Or for a model. My fault, for a model, not that one. That's for a model. A plastic wax model. That's weird. $5 for that little thing right there? Wow, time had changed. So we're gonna check out the submarine. Look at all this stuff right here. 1940, 1939.
He orders his navy to sink all ships heading for the island nation. But Hitler had an appetite for triumph.
Wow.
As far as satisfied. In September,
Look at that.
but those that actually intimidated the merchant ships faced more interest than cold, brutal elements.
That's when the ship exploded. Look at it. These two guys are just floating in the ocean. Yep, that's what he says.
Shadowing the convoy by day, waiting for darkness to fall.
Wow.
True to his word, the global canal escort sailed straight into harm's way. First, it was the U-68 that fell to gallery's depth charges. Then the U-515 was forced to the surface.
That is-
Just before her skipper opened the sea vents.
War sucks. I'm telling you that. War sucks. Alright. Let's go check out something else. Look at that submarine. Whoa. Goes all the way down there. That's how big it is. Wow. I think you have to pay to get in. If you want to take a tour in there, I think you have to pay a ticket to get in there. Don't know how much. Probably like $9-10. Man, that's way cool. Look at them. The missiles. Wow. Look at the bottom. Oh, that's nice. Way nice. Look how big this U-boat is. Holy cow. Never been close to a submarine before. This is my first time. I think that's the inside of the missile. Or, is it a missile they call it? That's way cool though. Yeah, that's like the inside. They're showing you the inside of that missile over there.
That is crazy.
Yeah.
I didn't realize how big they were.
It's
Imagine
huge.
you're in the water and you see that coming at you.
I know. Wow, look how big this sucker is. Man, I've been in a battleship when I went to, I believe it was South Carolina, or was it North Carolina? I don't know which one. I don't remember, but I've never been in a submarine before. Oh wow, look at that. Look at them, the guns up there. What?
Is this a real one or just a model?
This got to be a real one. Yeah. They have to be a real one.
Yeah, right?
Yeah. But this is my question too. I don't know if it's dumb. But if this is a submarine, why'd they have guns up there? Wouldn't they mess up in the water?
That's a good question.
Like
actually.
when you're going in the
Yeah.
water? Alright, we're downstairs with the submarine, next to the submarine. And this sucker is real. This sucker is real. But what's cool about it too, they have a simulator that you could drive the submarine. That's pretty cool. I like that, I mean, this is new to me. I mean, I haven't been here in ages though. So this is the ports. This is like the inside of the submarine. Wow.
Hi, we're in Chicago.
Wow, that's cool. So we got tickets to get into the submarine. Hopefully we're still here so we can check out the submarine, the inside. See how small it is, how tight. Look at the bunk beds, how they used to be. Way cool stuff. The kitchen.
That doesn't open.
That's the kitchen. Now this is what I came to see. This is the inside of the missile. Look at how that works. Wow. That's way cool. But where's the explosion? I mean, you know, where's that impact of the explosion? This is all mechanical stuff though. Oh, I see it. It's gotta be this. Wow. That's crazy. Now look at that. It looks like a hook. That's a propeller. Actually, it turns. Those are propellers, so they could just swim, you know, or fly through the water. Like that. Look at that. Wow, look at that explosion. Holy cow. What are these? Binoculars over there. Guess that's like a journal book or some sort, or a log book. Wow. Anything on the other side? Well, you know, the binoculars. That looked like a stopwatch to me. Wow, look at that. And that's the outside of the missile part. Wow. That's crazy. Way cool stuff here. Wow. Well, I guess that was the front part, propeller over there, and this is the back part right here. Right? Or maybe just this one that rotates. Alright, we're in a part of the museum that I didn't think they had, and it's all the bikes. This museum has everything. Look at that cool bike. I like that. I guess you paddle that with your foot or something. Or it's one of those, you put your feet on those and you pedal. Oh, that's kind of cool. I like working out at the same time. Look at this one. Wow, that's cool. Hold on. Oh, they tell you the year on this one. This one is a 2013. This one is another 2013. That one's a Faraday Hearted Electric Hybrid. Really? Electric? Huh. And look at this cool bike. I guess they're all, those three are like 2013. Wow, that's cool. Then you got this side, look at that. 3 people can ride this one. Wow, that's cool. 3 people can ride that one. 2012. Co-motion Trident. Oh, I like these old ones. This one from 1965. A Spear Space Liner. Way cool. Way cool. Look at this one. Wow. A Columbia, 1955. That's like a 10-speed. 1910. Safety bicycle. That's way cool. I say that too much. Way cool, way cool. 1890 to 1900. Wow. Nice. bicycle. Nice. Look at that. And then you pedal this one in the front wheel. That one is 1890. Wow. This is a classic, is it? Nah. The one I know is the big wheels in the front, the small wheel in the back. That's the one I remember. Well, I've seen before on TV. 1880 to 1890. Holy cow. Look at that. Look at that one. That one has a wooden pedal. Look at that. Wow. The middle one is 1839. That one is 1860. And this one is 1818. Wow. They even got a screen of all the bikes up there. And these are all the different type of bicycle seats. Way cool. I guess I'll never stop saying that, would I? And this is a Schwinn. With Schwinn right now, they're pretty valuable. And that's all the pieces of the Schwinn. Nice. Way cool. Like way cool. Way cool. Way cool. All right, let's go. Okay, we're in. And first of all, look at the floor. They got the Spider-Man logo down there. Real cool. Beyond amazing Spider-Man. Oh wow, look at that. Got the comic book up there. That's so cool. Look at the floor. Look at that. Wow. So cool. Saulito would like it?
How about you?
I guess.
Yeah, we need to see the children.
I guess they can stand by Spider-Man and take pictures. Man, it's crowded here. It's a lot of people. I mean, it's cool. So far, it's pretty nice. Look at the sketch on it. The drawing. More drawings. Comic book or newspaper style. Nice. Look at this one. That's a cover of the comic book. Of a comic book like that. Amazing Fantasy Spider-Man. The Amazing Spider-Man. The vampire? Oh, it changes pictures. Cool. Oh, look at that. I wonder how much is that comic book. So 5.5, so it's not too, I don't think it's that expensive. From CGC. What? Look how much it used to cost back in the day, 12 cents.
Wow, can you imagine how much that is worth right now?
Probably about $1,200. It's a 5.5, so it's not a big grade. That's a Sandman. That's cool. I don't think this exhibit is big though.
Well, there's another gallery. That's why.
Oh, is it?
That's why he told us to
Oh,
go to
okay.
gallery too when we're done here.
Oh, look at the drawing. From Stan Lee. Autograph from Stan Lee right there. It says Stan Lee. It says happy webbing. Happy web slinging to Mark and Dave. Nice. Different covers. Spider-Man. Scorpion. Look at this Spider-Man. Cool Spider-Man suit. It's too long. Way cool Spider-Man suit. There's another
They never showed her.
one of those picture frames to change pictures on it.
Stanley started as an office.
Yeah, I saw the biography on him. Yeah, I think that's the one Tom Holland where the Spider-Man. Shockwave, the lizard guy, Kingpin. That's where I guess Spider-Man gave up. Well, Peter Parker gave up as Spider-Man. Pretty cool. You guys want to read? Some more sketches. Electro.
Some other stuff.
These are some cool drawings. Wow. Believe it or not, I don't know if you can't see me. You can't see me. But believe it or not, I used to be a big Spider-Man fan too. Used to be. When I was a kid. But you know me, I'm a huge Batman guy. Oh, look at that. Mary Jane. That's nice. Very cool. Oh, look at that. Imagine having that in the house. That's a big, that's the lizard guy,
Lizard head, yeah.
the Green Goblin. This is actually props from the movies, huh?
Looks like it. Yeah, created for The Amazing Spider-Man in 2012.
Yeah. The Green Goblin suit. Nice. Pictures. Dr. Octopus, Electro, Green Goblin, Sandman, Vulture, and Mysterio. Oh, these are all the different toys and comic books. I've never seen those before.
Crazy fun.
Yeah.
Look at all the comics.
Hey, there's no, what do you call those things that you collect?
The what?
Those things that you collect?
The pets?
No, not the pets. That you're always looking for at Target.
I don't know. Nice, cool. Oh, look at this. The Dr. Octopus with the bionic. What, Funko Pop?
Eso.
Funko Pop. I mean, I want to apologize because there's so many people here. You know, they do get in the way here from time to time. So I'm showing you stuff, but it doesn't look like it's that big. But it's really crowded and loud. All right, we're in the second gallery of Spider-Man. I don't know what to expect in this one, but check that out. That Spider-Man is hanging upside down. Very cool. The walls are full of Spider-Man, of course. With that one? Okay. Spider-Woman. I remember Spider-Woman. That's cool. So I'll be right back because my wife wants a picture. Okay, we're done taking pictures. A little bit more of the same with over there. I was kind of hoping seeing more like statues and props and all that. Oh, that Venom. That's cool. Look at Venom. That's a real cool Venom. Rick would like that. I don't know for what he wants it. Oh, that's a cool, that's the Hobgoblin. Let me get away. We got Carnage. Got Carnage right there. Got more Spider-Man comic books covers. Very cool. Cool stuff. More Spider-Man comic book covers. Oh, I remember that. I used to have that. Sega? Yeah, I used to have Sega. I used to play that all the time. Yeah. I remember this, yeah. Who remember having one of those back in the days? Look at that. That's the video game. That's cool. Start game. Let's see how the gameplay is. That was the beginning of the game. Very cool. Alright, that's how the game is. Wow, we came a long way. Oh. You see that? Is that the game or the movie? That's a game. I guess that's today's game right there. Way cool. Oh, look at that.
The equivalent. Yeah.
Those are actual props from the movie Spider-Man. Tom Holland wore that. Look at this. Mardi Gras style. Glasses. Are those Tony Stark glasses? So, I just heard that Tom Holland confirmed a fourth Spider-Man movie. This is way cool. They have this model train thing here. Look, check it out. Look at all that. Look at the train. Look at the mountains and everything, the bridges. And look at the train right here. That is way cool. They even got little towns over there. That is so cool. Got train up there. That's the front of the train, right there. Nice. Empire State Express. My wife was telling me this is the first train that reached 100 miles per hour. Way cool. All right, let's look around. Alright, now we're gonna check it out. Wow, look at the cold. This is to
swinging a pickaxe and wielding an 8-pound
fuel the train.
in the heat of the prairie sun. So when a chance came up to join the locomotive
That's where you throw
I was the first one to volunteer. So I drove my first locomotive in Wyoming in 1870. I spent 25 years as an engineer, and then after my record-smashing runs in the 999, I was promoted to instructor, so I could teach the young fellows to...
Wow.
As we start to fill in, if anyone does need to use the ramp space, it's totally
We are
available.
inside the submarine. Look at the beds. Wow.
Alrighty, so just gonna close up these blinds right over here. As you folks are looking around the room, this is called the petty officer's quarters, where some middle-ranking men were sleeping. This room actually has a couple of modifications. The floor has actually been a little bit lowered, so we can fit here comfortably. Original flooring's where I'm standing right now. I'm just gonna ask that you not sit on the bed, so sorry about that.
Sorry.
So, the floor has actually been lowered so we can fit in here comfortably, but the original flooring's where I'm standing right now. You can imagine, these pipes were pretty easy to hit your head on. Now, tallest German sailor was 6'5". Bad news for him. There also used to be bunks on either side of the room, so it was about as wide as my hands are right now. It was pretty narrow in here. The entrance has also been cut out, so that didn't exist. They used to enter through the top of the conning tower, where that seashell symbol was outside. That's how they got in and out. That hatch over there leads to the forward torpedo room. That's where the lower ranking men were sleeping. You can see there's some bunks in there, and you can see they were also sleeping right next to the torpedoes. Now the one in the middle of the room is one of the original ones from the Battle of the Atlantic, weighing about 600 pounds right now. They can load 4 of those in the front, 2 in the back, and can carry 22 at a time. It's part of the reason why the boat is as big as it is, making space for all of those torpedoes. Now these beds, there are 35 of them on board for all 59 men, which means they have to take turns essentially, hot bunking. One German sailor would sleep for 6 hours, get up, another German sailor would come and take his bunk. It was usually pretty hot and sweaty in here as well, on average 90 to 100 degrees Fahrenheit. Due to the fact that it was summertime, they were off the coast of West Africa and they're running on 2 giant diesel engines. Those factors made for a pretty hot environment. Now I'm going to play some sound effects of what it sounded like here on board. You're going to hear some chit-chat amongst the German sailors. Now, for the entertainment, they brought along books to read, cards to play with, 180 pounds of German chocolate, and music to listen to. They had a radio and a record player on board with 87 records to choose from. We're going to take a listen to one of those in just a moment. But like I said, this is the sound of everyday life here on board. Now this jolly record that we are listening to right now is French dancehall music, which is a little bit ironic, considering that French dancehall music was banned in Germany at the time. They would have gotten in huge trouble if they were caught listening to this. But out at sea, nobody could really tell on each other, so they brought along whatever music they wanted to, including both British and American jazz records that were found on board. Again, pretty ironic. But when the moment came and they saw an Allied merchant ship, the captain would hit the dive bell, which meant get underwater and fire a torpedo, sounding a little like this. Lights are going to slightly dim. To get underwater, they're going to allow the ocean water to fill in that hollow section. Then the boat's going to become more and more dense. Once fully submerged, they do some math, figure out how long it would take to fire a torpedo and hit their target. And we'll hear that German math in just a moment.
Torpedogeschwindigkeit 30. Torpedogeschwindigkeit 30. Gegenlänge 150. Lage Streuwinkel.
Streuwinkel ist 17,5. Streuwinkel 18. Eingestellt. Stets. Schusswinkel 20. Eingestellt. Wecker ist fertig. Los!
Watch and check to see if their math was correct. If it was, the torpedo should hit their target at the exact second that they calculated. They're relying on written math at this point. Hear that hit? There's that explosion. Now in a moment, you will hear kind of a groaning, moaning, wailing sound start to build up. As the Allied merchant ship crushing due to the water pressure as it gets lower to the ocean. That meant they sunk the ship. Now, this boat will go on to sink 8 ships during World War II, being one of the more unsuccessful missions. U-boats like this one will go on to sink hundreds of merchant ships, but this one had a lot of delays due to the fact that it kept getting sabotaged by the French every time it went back to port. So, it's a little unlucky. Now, with that said, we're going to head to the next room in a moment. On your way there, you'll see the kitchen, general officer's quarters, captain's bunk, and sound and radio rooms, where they kept the radio, record player, and Enigma code machine.
So 59 men used to be in this U-boat. Wow. Not big. Not big at all. Now this is the kitchen. Look at the stove. Holy cow. Really small. More bunk beds. Hard.
Not very comfy.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Very hard. This is actually a German U-boat. Look at the horn.
Alright, now welcome to the control room. This is where they practically maneuver the boat. Now, a couple important pieces of machinery include the plainsman station, which is right here, these wheels, allowing them to get up and down, controlling the dive planes, and then as well as the helmsman station right next to it, allowing the boat to move left and right, controlling the rudder. This is the ladder that leads to the conning tower, like I mentioned how they got in and out of the boat. And the last thing I'll mention is these pipes right here. They are communication pipes. You might have seen something similar to those on a playground before, and they are the exact same things. You talk to one end, you can talk to another sailor on the other end of the boat. Now, I'm going to talk about how this boat got captured. Just want to give you a heads up, it's where the flashing lights and sound effects come in. It was June 4th, 1944, 2 days before D-Day. Typical day for the German men on board when all of a sudden the Americans were spotted in the area. Captain Harold Longa was the captain of this boat at the time, ordered a crash dive, meaning get underwater as fast as possible. Sounding like this. You're going to see the lights dim slightly. I mentioned earlier you can get underwater using the ballast tanks along the side of the boat, but believe it or not, in this case they need to get underwater faster, so they're going to run to the forward torpedo room, quite literally dogpiled on top of each other, causing the boat to tip and then get underwater as fast as 37 seconds. Now you're hearing them enter silent running mode, making sure everything is secure and that the electricity is reduced. They are trying to conserve that electricity so that way they can stay underwater for longer. Now, any off-duty sailors, they're sent to bed to conserve oxygen. And everyone had to be silent as well because sound travels a lot better and a lot farther underwater. Any little noise could have been enough for them to give away their position. Now, they're hearing the same beeping sound we are, going off and off again. Those are active sonars coming from the Americans. Now, the Americans are pretty much using an echolocation type of system, sending signals through the water, and it was bouncing right back to them, letting them know where the Germans were. The louder those get, and the closer they are together, means that the Americans are getting closer. Now, they didn't want to be detected, of course, by those active sonars. Germans were going lower into the ocean to try to evade that. But they have to be careful. 755 feet was crush depth. If they reach that point or anything lower, this boat will be crushed like a tin can due to the water pressure. So they have to measure how far they're going using the pressure gauges. We're also going to hear that groaning sound start to build up like we heard earlier. It's going to be water pressure. Now, as they do get lower into the Atlantic, they start listening for splashes above them. If they heard a splash, it meant that it was bad news. A depth charge was dropped. Now, a depth charge is an underwater explosive meant to destroy U-boats like this one. Here's the thing, the Germans couldn't really do much in this case. They knew they were outnumbered, so they decided to fight back. Who would give away their position? They would be toast. So all they can really do at this point is hold on and hope for the best. Still going lower, the Americans are gaining on them, pretty much right above them at this point. We're going to hear them drop that depth charge in just a moment, so once you hear that splash, the Germans are going to brace for impact. We're going to hear the splash in just a moment. Now we're going to hear the depth charge go off in 3, 2, 1. Went off right next to the rudder, which meant that this boat was spiraling uncontrollably into the ocean floor. Captain Harold Longan had to make a quick decision. He's going to follow policy, allow the boat to sink along with the men in it, or actually break policy and resurface, where they're going to be captured by the Americans. He ultimately decided to break the rules, save himself as well as the men on board. Using an air compressor, they get to the top of the water. When they get there, they're met with 6 minutes of straight gunfire coming from the Americans. You might have seen the bullet holes outside of the conning tower today. You can still see them to this day. Now, they're going to exit through the ladder right here, open up the hatch to the conning tower in just a moment. You're going to hear that. Now, Harold Longa is going to be one of the first people out of the boat, exiting through the conning tower, attempting to signal that they're completely surrendering. As he does so, he's going to be met with that gunfire. He's actually going to be shot in the leg. We'll hear that gunfire. Now, he's about to pass out. Before he does, he orders his men to get out of the boat and scuttle it, meaning sink it on purpose. They didn't want the Americans getting their hands on what was in here. They open up the sea strainer to allow the ocean water to slowly flood the boat. You'll see that sea strainer on your way to the next room. It's going to be on the floor to your left. It kind of looks like a pool filter. But I'm going to have you all go to the right to the electric motor room. We'll talk about what happened next once we're there.
Wow, look at all this engineering in a U-boat. Wow. Really tight. Look at it. Oh, man. You literally have to walk like my shoulders are actually hitting the pipe. All the controls.
Over here, that is liquid diesel that you can still smell today. We're using about 208 tons of diesel fuel, so that is enough for it to still liquid to this day. We're now in the electric motor room, which means the boat almost works like a hypercharge, using the diesel engines above water and the electric motor. But what happened is, right, the Germans all got out of the boat, the Americans are coming in. And guys, they have to do 2 things. Close the sea strainer, stop the boat from flooding. Then take control of the rudders because they're still damaged. So Zenobie Lukosius of the American boarding party noticed the lid of the sea strainer open. He took care of the flooding problem by closing that lid. So he took care of it. Now they needed to make their way to this room. This is where the after torpedo room is and the manual rudders. You're here's the thing. They dropped the depth charge and blew out a lot of the electricity in here. Kind of looked like this. You're going to see the lights still. But they found their way around using glow-in-the-dark paint that was radium along the pipes right over here. Do not worry, not real radium anymore, but we've gotten rid of it. Led them to the hatch here. Now, back when they were trying to get to this room, they didn't know if there were any traps or explosives here. So, that Daniel Gallery came in himself, and he's going to open up the hatch. And luckily, what he found was no traps. They were able to get into this room without it exploding or anything like that, due to the fact that the Germans didn't plant the traps they were supposed to. They were surrounded by American destroyer ships, and they didn't want to be wasting time planting traps. They wanted to get out of the boat as fast as possible. Now, in this room, you'll see the manual rudders, the big wheel at the end. Some more bunks, and to the left is one of the bathrooms as well. If you want to take a closer look, you can. I just ask that you do not hold your phone too far in here if you're taking a picture. We don't want you dropping it in this room. But whenever you're ready, we'll meet at the bottom of the stairs outside where it says stroller parking. We'll talk about what happened next once we're done there. So I'm just going to slip past your door.
Very interesting. You like it, babe?
Yep. Yeah, it's very interesting.
Pretty cool. Like I said, I've never been into a U-boat. Oh, wow. 59 men used to be in this boat. Man, that is really hard. Yeah. And they had like 12 tons of food stored in here, but they put it everywhere they could fit it at as well at the same time. And they only brought very light stuff like the uniform and 2 underwears.
And they never showered.
And they didn't have it showered for 90 days.
It was called the pig boat because it smelled so bad.
The pig roll?
Pig boat.
Oh, the pig boat. Yeah. But in German they called it something else. But yeah, it was called the pig boat because it stinks. Human stuff. Yuck. How's it looking there? Yeah? Alright, let's check this. It's on the other side. Wow, look at that. It's similar to the other side almost. Pretty cool. Alright, let's go meet the other.
That's a great question. Thank you.
I have a question.
Yep.
The guns that are on top.
Yeah.
We were just curious, like, how do they not get rusted underwater?
Yeah, that's a great question. The boat was typically not underwater unless they needed to fire a torpedo. So they were usually at the surface, but in regards to those guns, they were protected through this one paneling that they had. It's not there anymore, but they were only used to like get down any like planes that were circling around them. So usually they were protected by this case that they had on it. It's not typically there anymore, but yeah.
Gotcha. Okay.
All right, awesome. Thank you.
Of course. Of course, yeah.
So that was a case.
Yeah, so it was a case. Okay, cool. Well, I'm gonna let you guys go. I hope you love this video. Enjoy the tour that we had. I mean, it's always fun to come here. But for right now, you guys travel as you can. Love one another. Be safe out there. And I'll see you guys soon. Later.
Have a blessed day.
Bye.